everyone. Christopher and I are backpacking across Europe with our 4 small children. It's a great idea. And I figured I'd show you how we're gonna make this happen. We don't actually know that it's going to work, but we're gonna show you what our plan is. I'm going to unpack my backpack. This is it. This is an Osprey backpack.
How heavy is it?
It's really light. The reason I really went for these packs was because they have a lifetime guarantee that has just like no questions asked.
Yeah.
And I love that about a backpack. I actually have my own junior high backpack that we still use as like our Disneyland backpack. And I can't remember what it is, maybe JanSport.
I think it's JanSport. We've replaced it like 3 times.
I think it's something East Pack.
Is it?
I can't remember, but they deserve that promo, but they're not gonna get it.
They get an unsure promo.
It might be East Pack. They have replaced it for me so many times. So I recommend looking into lifetime guarantees on backpacks because they're kind of awesome. And I think not that many people actually use them, but they are awesome. We are going to London, Paris, Rome, and some places around Rome. It will vary in temperature. London's gonna be a little cooler, might have some rain showers. We're gonna be like smoking hot in Rome and Paris from what I have heard. We're trying to pack according to that. We are also going to have a couple professional engagements where
we're doing like meet and greets.
Yeah. You want to look nice for those photos, right?
And the Vatican, you have to not show
Yeah.
your knees or your shoulders.
So the churches in Italy, you have to have your knees fully covered and your shoulders fully covered. So those are the things I'm keeping in mind as we pack our things. First of all, I have a puffer jacket. All of the kids have one of these. This unfolds and becomes a giant, big, like, warmth jacket. It is not fully rainproof, but I'm not expecting downpours. This is for cold evenings. This is for if it rains, but it's not like downpour, like serious rain. This I love. I think it's Petunia Pickle Bottom. I got it as like a, yeah.
That's the name of a company?
That's the thing.
Petunia?
Yeah, and their diaper bags are a little too like cumbersome and heavy for me so far from what I've tried. I know people will argue me on that. But this little container thing, I love. It's a really nice, like, stain-proof, solid material, and I just really like it. I use this for kind of travel diaper necessity things. I have 2 diapers in here, which is not enough for the whole plane ride or full day, but it's good as like a backup and car rides and some of the day, like if you're going out for a half day. A container of wipes, and then it has a little pocket where I keep like teething gel and a little tiny mini diaper rash cream. Christopher's backpack has our main diaper supply for while we travel, but I think it's nice for us to both have access to some sort of diapering just in case. These are our London passes, and there's like a dining pass, and inside of here we have Oyster cards. This is for getting around London and experiencing things in London. I had to pre-order it. I don't know if you actually like really have to. I'm sure they'll sell it to you once you're in London. The London Pass has access to a ton of different places in London, and it gives you like kind of fast passes through the lines, and then it gives you like free experiences to those. But I mean, you have to pay, like, you have to pay for these. And then we also added on Oyster cards. The Oyster cards will get us around London. We are planning on completely traveling by tube and metro, with the exception of a couple flights, but we aren't planning on getting into any cars. We are not bringing a car seat. We are also not bringing a stroller. The kids can ride for free with us, so I didn't have to get them Oyster cards. And I thought that was really cool, and I'm really glad I looked that up because I was going to buy some for the kids, and I don't need to. I'm planning on finding similar passes like that for Paris. Rome, we've pretty much accounted for all of our stuff because we'll be doing that with a tour company that we're really excited about, and more on that soon. Okay, so now let's get down to business with these backpacks. All right, I have a hairbrush. This is super lightweight. It's a wet dry. It's got hair in it, so I'm like kind of embarrassingly like pulling it down here. So this is a wet dry hairbrush. I thought it was the name of the company, but it says Wet Brush Pro. This is a brush that works for all of my kids' heads, where they don't really complain too much about it hurting when I brush their hair. So I could use like a stronger bristle, but this packs well. It's really lightweight. Works for everybody in the family. This is a Turkish towel. This is the only towel that we are bringing. So if our family needs a towel, which we probably maybe won't even need one, but if we do, we will have this guy and we're gonna share it. It dries really fast. It's also soft enough that we're having it double as a baby blanket. So this is also the only little blanket that we're bringing. They have microfiber towels that are really tiny and great for travel, but in our family, we have some sensitivity to microfiber. So we don't do a lot of microfiber because he doesn't like the way that it feels on his skin, I think.
My skin sticks to it and it makes me uncomfortable. It probably looks strange to you that I disappeared and then reappeared with a baby. So that's the magic of editing.
They just keep appearing
You want?
out of nowhere in our house.
Do you want?
Poof, baby.
Do you want us to stay here or?
Yeah, you can stay here. Are you enjoying this? Want to see how we're packing for Europe?
Are you ready for Europe? You are? Okay, he's all packed.
This is my clothing for basically the month. Not including my underwear and socks, actually. I did pack a little separate cube. But this is it. This is a compression cube. So it's like a regular packing cube if you've seen one of those. If you go like this and zip all the way around, it decompresses. Let's see. So it's like that size, which is what a cube's like. And then we can make it even smaller with this second zipper. See how there's this normal packing zipper here? You can squish this down and compress what you're bringing. But what is in this teeny tiny cube of supposed clothes that I'll be wearing for a long time? All right, we have 2 quick dry shirts. They're not gonna be my cutest moments. They look like athletic gear. They're lightweight, less wrinkly, and they will dry quickly if we're washing things by hand. So this is a tank top, which will go underneath or on its own, and it has like a little bra included, so that's nice. Oh. These are some Walmart jeggings. I love these so much. They are super soft. They look kind of like jeans, pretty much. I like to think they totally look like jeans. And they're gonna be going with those shirts that you saw a second ago.
These are actually pretty good for traveling because denim is super heavy.
Yeah.
So, and these roll up tighter, so they take up less space and are less heavy.
They're very lightweight, but they still are versatile enough to go with most of my things. I'm the only one not bringing quick dry pants. Everybody else in the family has quick dry pants, and I'll show you that soon.
Otherwise, we'd all be in jeggings too.
Yeah, they wish they had my jeggings. This is a dress. This dress is LuLaRoe. I actually buy a lot of LuLaRoe things because they travel really well. They don't wrinkle on me, at least the fabrics that I choose. You have to be careful with LuLaRoe because some of the fabrics like vary greatly, but once you find a fabric that works, you're like, yeah, that's the one. This is my dress for meet and greets. It's also LuLaRoe. It's also a non-wrinkle material. It's actually a different material. This one will quick dry faster. I think it's very like polyester spandexy, but it looks really nice. I really like this dress. If you watch any of our camping vlogs, I'm basically wearing this dress at all times. It's really cozy. Like basically it feels like pajamas for me, and it's made of their legging material. So it's like super stretchy and cozy. And I saw somebody post on our vlog, like, you wear dresses even when camping? And like, this is more comfortable to me than like putting on heavy jeans, or like, I don't feel really comfortable in shorts. So like, this is cozy and like airy, and I just feel so good in it. So this is just what I prefer comfort-wise. This is another tank top. We'll just be wearing like underwear and shirts and things like that to bed. We are not that picky about pajamas. They don't have to be like labeled pajamas for them to be pajamas. So I rolled up my clothes into here, and now I'm compressing it, which isn't always a pretty process, so. But it does work, I double checked. There you go. I love that these have a handle at the top because you can just kind of pull them in and out of your backpack, so I thought that was a really nice touch. All right, I also packed one like fancy like Mamo bra, and that's for my dresses and when I'm doing things like the meet and greet. And then I packed a sports bra because I figured that would be like nice for a day on the go and feel a little more cozy. And then we'll be doing a lot of hand washing. I don't know if I mentioned that, but we are going to be hand washing and maybe using laundry if we have it available, but a lot of hand washing. For the flight, I'm going to be wearing my jeggings, a shirt, a tank top, and my fancy bra because this takes up a lot of space. I have some walking/tennis shoes. These I will wear on the plane as well. The one downside is having to take them off at security. It's a little bit more of a hassle, but overall, this takes up a lot of space and I'd rather wear them onto the plane and then have to carry them around. There's a little pocket in here, which I have not yet used. That's the main compartment of my bag. There's some space, there's some pockets I haven't used. This area unzips all the way and goes flat, and it has my laptop and my underwear. I've packed some lightweight socks that are supposed to dry quickly. Here's my sports bra. And then I did something special. Travel underwear. What is that? Well, it's underwear that like quick dries, and it's supposed to be like moisture wicking, and it's supposed to travel really easy and pack up light and wash really easily. So I only purchased, I think, 3 of those. So going along with the hand washing concept, I have some laundry detergent, like sink packets, which I'm really excited about. This is a laundry bag, so I put it inside this little tiny bag, and then it looks like this. Sometimes when we're suitcase packing, I usually put it back in a spot in the suitcase, and I love that. But since we're gonna be doing it a little differently, I made sure to pack this bag. And I also have a clothesline. It's got clips. It's gonna hang up like near the bathtub or whatever. That's our whole laundry system in this area. In this zone, I have sunglasses. I have a portable charger. I love this one. I have it in pink too, and it's really cute, but I don't know where it is right now. It has this thing right here, and I don't have to carry as many cords. It also converts. You still need a little cord to charge it that's separate, but usually with these portable chargers, I feel like you're always looking for a cord and you can't charge the thing you wanted to charge because you can't find your cord. So I like that. This is a Mophie. There's another area here. There's also, if you do have another cord, there's a spot right here, and you can charge 2 phones at the same time. So I really like this. It works very well for our family. Toiletries. So I have hair ties. This is a shower cap, because I love a shower cap. Because I like to take a shower, but keep my hair nice. Toothpaste. This is a Tide stain remover. I feel like we're gonna need that a lot. This is like Visine, but it's for itchiness in your eyes, and I get kind of itchy, I think, from some allergies. So I have some little travel brushes from Sephora, and then this is an eyebrow pencil from it's Anastasia Beverly Hills, and then it also has a little thingy here, so I can, and then I have blush, deodorant, and then foundation, a beauty blender. This is Lip Sense lip gloss. This is kind of a lot of space for lip gloss, but each one, like, I apply it and it lasts all day. So that's really awesome for me. I packed 3 of my favorite colors. I love Lip Sense products. They're kind of weird and chemical-y, but once you get past that part, they're awesome and they do work, and I really like them. I like the colors. That's all that I'm bringing for makeup. Those are my toiletries. In here, I have headphones and a little splitter in case the kids want to listen to something on my computer and they can't all plug in and I want them in headphones, like if we're maybe on a train or something. And then I have wet wipes and a hand and surface sanitizer. This is my toothbrush. It's an electric toothbrush. And it's so tiny and compact, and it's called something Sonic. Pencil, pens, gum for the kids when they're freaking out about their ears being in horrible pain when the plane takes off and lands. Okay, this is like my favorite travel hack. Looks a hot mess, but these are like, I think, dog poop bags maybe? I got this bag of just a huge amount of disposable plastic bags when Duncan was born to dispose of his diapers, and it goes inside of our diaper bag. We also use this, it's my favorite hack of all time. It's gonna sound so simple, but it's so important. I use it for trash bags while I'm on the airplane. If you've ever flown on an airplane, you might be aware of the fact that it takes like a really long time for the trash to come by. Sometimes you need to throw things away, especially if you have 4 kids and the 4 kids are like eating a million things and making a million different messes, and all that stuff ends up landing on me. And it used to just really get me very anxious and tense, and I'd have like a trash pile on my tray, and I'd be like, where's the person with the trash bag? Where's the person with the trash bag? And I'd just be like eagerly waiting for the trash bag to come along. I don't know if this is relatable content. This could be just an issue that I have, but it is very important to me. So I figured out that I can bring my own little trash bag, and now what I do is they come by, and every time I hand over a very full bag of trash. I'm just like, here you go. I keep it down by my feet, and I just fill it with trash as the flight goes, and it's so amazing. And I can use my tray for my drinks. It makes me very happy. That is it for my bag. We are a family, so some of the things that I'm going to need that weren't in this bag are going to be found in Christopher's bag and even in some of the kids' bags. So let's jump.
Okay, this is my bag. The front pouch has diapers and wipes because I'm gonna need to access those frequently, I feel like. A cool feature about this that Jess pointed out before is that it opens up all the way. So apparently you can have your laptop right here, and as long as there's nothing on top of it, it can go through the security thing open and you don't have to take your laptop out. Thought that was pretty cool. The charger's right here. I've got a folder that we've made with all of the information that we're gonna need while we're in Europe. Up top here, there's a little compartment. In here I have headphones and my reading glasses. This compartment I'm using mainly for electrical stuff. So I've got a camera right here. This is the camera that we're gonna be making all of our videos with. I have another camera that's just like it that's gonna go in right here. It's not in here right now. But we have two cameras just in case one breaks or we have something happen, which has happened in the past before, and then we're left without a camera. This way we've always got a backup. Inside here is all of our charging cables for like our watches, our phones, and I recommend getting the shorter ones if you are traveling. They make these shorter ones, and that way it doesn't take up as much space. They don't get tangled as easily while you're traveling. Inside here I have a hard drive. These are lacy hard drives. They're really durable and they're padded, so if they fall or stuff, like these are great. I love these. This setup here is an adapter cable. So this will plug into the wall and it'll give us 2 American outlets and 4 USB ports. This comes with 5 different adapters that you can swap out. We're only going to 3 countries, and yes, all 3 have their own style of plug. So this one's for France, this one's for Italy, and it plugs in like that. And then this one is for the UK, and it also plugs in like that. It not only changes the shape of the plug, but it also changes the wattage, which is safer for the outlet as well as for our appliances. I also have 2 of these. These are chargers for our camera batteries. We also like to scrapbook while we're traveling, so there is a scrapbook in here. I'll show it to you in a second, but this is where I'm keeping all the supplies for that. I've got a glue stick, I've got an eraser, I've got pencils and pens, and this is also where I'm keeping my toothbrush. It's the same kind of toothbrush Jessica has, and I put it in upside down. So when I take it out, it's like ready to use, but when I put it back in, it's going back into its little like tube thing. It just holds it there. I thought that was pretty cool. Also on the side here, I'm keeping this little thing. We use this a lot when we travel. It's kind of like a little tripod. And you can also hold it like this so you can talk to the camera like this. It's not a selfie stick, it's like a selfie handle. I have this, which is all of the medical-ish stuff that we carry with us. So in here we have things like Advil and a little first aid kit with Band-Aids and Neosporin. We also have stuff like nose sprays and eye drops and stuff. We also have some melatonin and magnesium supplement in here, which will help us to sort of adjust to the new time zones. This is my jacket. I don't have one of those cool flip it inside out jackets that Jessica and the kids have, but I do have just a regular jacket in here, and I use one of these compression things to keep it small. And then all my clothes are in here. In here I have 2 quick dry shirts, a dress shirt, quick dry pants, quick dry underwear, and socks, and quick dry shorts. And then the last thing I have here is our journal. This is very similar to the one Jessica and I brought to Europe on our honeymoon.
Here are all of the kids' backpacks. This is Parker's, Bailey's, Jacob's. These actual backpacks totally fold up and compress. So for some reason we get to a point where we don't need the actual pack, we can fold them up and hide them in one of our backpacks. So I'm just gonna go over these very quickly. You'll see they're not as stuffed as me and Christopher's. We try to keep them lighter for the kids. Bailey has a little sunscreen, her toothbrush. I got a 3-pack of little journals for the kids, so they each have one of these, and they all look pretty much the same. This is their main entertainment, so we're not packing them books or anything else. We're really encouraging them to write and to draw and to glue things into this that they collect on our journey, and this is it. We'll see how it goes. Bailey's also in charge of our Rick Steves French, Italian, and German phrase book. She's already gotten really excited about this, and she has little times where she sits down and tries to teach all of us how to say different things in these languages. I'm so glad that they had French, Italian, and German. We shouldn't be needing German on this trip, but we need exactly French and Italian. So how cool that it's in one little book. You can get language translations online. This is kind of extra, but I feel like it helps the kids because they're trying to learn the languages. So I felt like this was an important part of our journey. Bailey has her headphones in here. She prefers the large ones because they don't hurt her ears like the little ones bother her. So she has some room in her backpack. I was like, fine. Didn't want it at first, but then I was like, okay, that's fine. And you don't want to be on a plane or somewhere where you need headphones and then don't have headphones. We have been there. It's gonna be a long flight and we want access to the movies. Wow, look at how empty her bag looks. This is so cool. Her clothes are right here. This is her jacket, almost the same as all of her clothes. Here are her pens for journaling. She's going to be sharing these with Parker and Jacob. When the kids have really good behavior and we're traveling, I will give them little cookies on occasion. Like it's like their little treat. Bailey really made sure that I brought those. I'm gonna show you a couple things in Bailey's clothing bag, and I don't think I'm gonna need to show you anything else for the boys because I'm gonna kind of cover it with Bailey's things. But she also got quick dry underwear. I really went with a theme with quick dry, stain repellent type clothes for everything. And I wanted it to fold down really compact and also not wrinkle. That was my goal when packing and ordering things for the kids for this trip. Each kid got one of these. These are super lightweight, quick dry pants that convert into shorts. So you can unzip them at the knee, they become shorts. I think we're gonna mostly need shorts, but this is so that they can go to the Vatican and any other church in Italy and be able to get in and be respectful. This was a hard purchase for me because I was like, oh man, these are so expensive, but I think they're gonna be really valuable for us just over time. We're only getting one and hopefully they last. You might have noticed Bailey wearing these outfits in our vlogs this summer. These are from Gymboree and Bailey loves them. And I love them because they're super convenient for all of our traveling and the various activities that we do. They look like a dress, like a decent summer dress, but they're kind of like a swimsuit material. So Bailey actually wears these swimming and they're quick dry. And it's kind of harder for girls to find quick dry clothes. Like I feel like it's really easy in the boys area to find just all these quick dry, like cool, sportsy sort of things. It's really hard for Bailey because she doesn't have as much quick dry stuff. And that was what we really searched for her for this trip. This is my favorite one. I was like, you'll have to bring this one because I think it's so cute. And underneath there are actually shorts built in as well. So she doesn't have to worry about like her underwear showing. She can just play and she loves these. So I'm really glad that Gymboree has them and one more of those sort of active dress swimsuit things. The kids also have a water bottle. We love these water bottles. We've been using them for years. This is from a company called Avex. There aren't any extra parts to clean. So there's no straw going down through the water bottle. If you have children and you need to get a straw that like detaches and always gets lost, you kind of know what I mean when you're like avoiding straws. It's pretty leak proof. We've obviously had our days. It has this handle, which the kids like using. They're gonna put it in here. They can also have it loop through a carabiner, but they'll be putting it in these pockets. I can also see all the mechanics in here, so I'm not worried about mold, and it's all dishwasher safe. These water bottles check off like every box that I've got as a mom. So these bags all came with little carabiners, and Parker found his and was very excited and was like, what can I put on it? And he found this ruler. He's so excited about his ruler. He was like, I'm gonna walk around and measure things. And then he started measuring things all over the house with his ruler and he was so excited. So I'm gonna have to break it to him at some point that this really isn't practical to backpack around Europe with. I don't even know, it makes me sad to think about. I thought that was really cute though. He's also gonna have his water bottle. Parker's bag has the kids' toothpaste in it. Probably end up buying more toothpaste, but Kristen and I have toothpaste too, so we'll all share. Sunglasses, he has his journal. Here are Parker's clothes. Pretty much the same thing as Bailey, just quick dry everything and some of those pants that turn into shorts. He has a bag for his puffer jacket, and then Parker is in charge of carrying the snacks and the baby food. So this is mostly for the airplane and for when we're waiting for the plane, and then we might have extra snacks that we will definitely use throughout our trip whenever we're like starving and can't find food. We're gonna need a lot of baby food for the airplane because our baby likes to eat. Again, his bag's pretty empty. We can flex and put things from our bags in his bag if we ever need to, and his will empty out as the snacks go down, which will probably happen like right away. Jacob's bag. Oh, he's got his big headphones. I forgot, Parker has some small headphones in there somewhere too. He's okay with the small ones, but Bailey and Jacob like the big ones. Jacob has the colored pencils. So Bailey has markers, Jacob has colored pencils. I asked him like 15 times if this was enough, but he was good with this. He says he prefers colored pencils, so he's in charge of those, but the pencils and the markers will be shared by all the kids. His jacket, Jacob's clothes, and then Jacob is in charge of the baby's clothes. Just a little tiny pouch. He has sleepers, one's short sleeve, one's long sleeve, one's tank style. His little like shark swimming outfit that he wore camping. I mostly packed that because it's really cool and lightweight, and it'll clean up and wash up really fast and easily if we get into a situation, which knowing Duncan, we probably will get into a situation. We aren't planning on swimming. None of the places we're staying in have pools, and I feel like we're gonna be more out and about than we will be like lounging poolside. But if we emergency have to swim or get into like some sort of splash pad scenario, all the kids' clothes are quick dry. Bailey's dresses work as swimsuits. The boys' pants could easily just be considered bathing suits. And Duncan will have his little swim outfit. Jacob also has his little allergy medication. It's half an ounce, so it'll get on the plane easily. We made sure that every like liquid medication and thing that we brought on the plane was underneath 2.5 ounces because we wanted to make sure we could bring it on the plane and not worry about checking any bags. So another heavily debated topic, which I think we've come to an agreement that it was a really good idea, was the need to bring on one roller carry-on bag. I really wanted to bring one. Christopher was like, no, we can do this with just backpacks. I fought for it. So here's our carry-on bag. This is our one piece of luggage that we are bringing to take our family of 6 to Europe for like 3.5 weeks, like almost a full month. Right now, a lot of what this is filled with is a little excessive. This is the one baby item that we are bringing. So we're not bringing a pack and play or a stroller or a car seat, but I got this little travel chair. So it's kind of like one of those camping travel chairs that you would use, but for babies. Unfolds like this, like that. It has a clip, it has a little tray. The reason that I thought that this was like the necessity above all necessities is because I just need a place sometimes where I can strap my baby. So Christopher really didn't want to bring a stroller because a lot of traveling through Europe includes tons of stairs and cobblestones and train transfers and things where he didn't want to be constantly folding and unfolding a stroller. If you turn around for a minute in the hotel room, you want to be able to keep your baby situated in a spot for him to eat his food, for him to hang out with his siblings, for him to listen to a story, just whatever. So I wanted to bring this with us. We can also use it as a high chair when we're at our hotel and like need a high chair in the room or whatever. We can also use it as a high chair when we're out and about. I think it's cool. I think it'll be worthwhile. I could be wrong. I snuck in an extra dress for myself at the last minute. Don't tell Christopher. Everybody in the family is bringing one pair of shoes, except for me. I need to wear dresses to things, but when you wear tennis shoes and dresses, it doesn't look cool. I still do it a lot, but I wanted to have some nice shoes, so I brought my flats in a bag to keep the stank away from the rest of our stuff. They do pack flat, but those wouldn't be that great for me for like walking Rome all day or walking Paris all day. So I do have a tennis shoe and I have the flats, and then everybody else has multifunctional shoes. So another complete excess thing that we're bringing is an instant camera and film. I love taking pictures. I love the idea of like journaling and scrapbooking. I'm not great about developing things. So this exists so that the kids can see the Eiffel Tower and the Colosseum and, you know, want to be in front of it or whatever and take the picture and stick it in their journal right away and we're done. I love that. I'm really bad at scrapbooking after the fact. So this is big and clunky, but it's totally worth it. So as I said before, we're not bringing a stroller to Europe. I thought when we planned this trip that our baby would be walking. All my other kids were walking at around 13 months. Duncan is now 14.5 months. He's just starting to take like a first step here and there. Kind of threw us for a loop. It's okay, lots of babies don't walk till now. I just kind of thought he would. So we are bringing a baby carrier. I am not good at the baby carrier thing. While this is a great one, I just don't have the stamina and the endurance to carry around my 1-year-old all day. However, Christopher loves it. I was all about bringing a stroller. I was like, we can do it, it'll be totally worth it. But he was like, no, I'm gonna carry this baby all throughout Europe, it's gonna be awesome. So, more power to him. I'm super impressed that he can do that and that he loves it so much. I think it's just awesome. He's a great dad. It's so sweet that he'll do this, and this is how he'll put Duncan down for naps while we're on the go as well. So that's pretty much everything. We do have little piles of clothes that we'll put on to take our flight. I showed you mine, but I don't really need to go through everybody else's things. However, I will show you the shoes that I got for the kids. They're all Crocs. I know that can be controversial fashion-wise, but it's what we do. The reason we are such big Crocs fans is because we travel and we like to get wet and we like to play and the kids like to walk and they like to be able to slip their shoes on and off really easily and they like to not wear socks. Parker got these new Crocs. They have super cute little edges. These look the most like typical Crocs. He really, really wanted them. I was like, okay. But when we went to buy their shoes for Europe, Bailey and Jacob got more of what I was expecting the kids to get. Jacob got these. They kind of look like tennis shoe, water shoe things, which is what I wanted. Bailey totally won the Crocs game this year. This is exactly what I wanted in shoes, but my feet are too wide to wear most shoes. Bailey lucked out. She's got normal human feet. These are just like super lightweight, look really cute, black, so they match with like just about anything. I wish you could tell like how lightweight these are. They're so lightweight. And then this is kind of like wetsuit material. So the whole thing is a quick dry shoe, so she can go and play and splash if she has the opportunity, but she doesn't have to worry about being in soggy shoes all day. Some of you might know the feeling of going to Disneyland or a place where you walk a lot, but also has like one water ride, and you get on it and you're so excited, but then it splashes your shoes and your whole day is pretty much ruined. Well, that's where these come in. You can do things like bring sandals, but we were really trying to keep it to one shoe per person. So these especially are very versatile shoes. They kind of still look like normal shoes, but they can do all the cool things that Crocs can do. And Parker is 5 and he's just living his best life. So this is everything that we're bringing with us to go to Europe for almost a month. We are a family of 6 and we have a baby who's 1 year old. This is the biggest trip we've ever taken together as a family, and this might be the least amount of luggage we've ever taken together as a family. Even for like a weekend trip, we usually pack more than this. So we'll see how it goes. This is gonna be quite the adventure. And if you see us out on the street somewhere crying because we don't have a stroller, just be nice. We're going to be sharing all of these adventures on our YouTube channel, so make sure that you subscribe and check out those videos. They're going to be so fun, so cool, and hopefully educational too. We'll also be posting on our Instagrams and on our Twitters. All those social media links are in the info box down below, so just click and expand and you'll see it all there. There's a lot. And we love when you guys share your experiences in the comment section. You can share tips to help us, but you can also share tips to help everybody else who's watching this video so that they can get ready for their traveling. Please, please, please add to the comments and just make this a discussion and let's educate and help each other out. Au revoir.
We're gonna build these at the same time, I think. Bailey and I will work on this one and you guys will work on that one. So my goal with this is to make it kind of like a mukbang, but with Lego and facts. Let's not get our bags mixed up. That would be a problem. Oh, they're off to a rough start. Don't get pinned.